everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is Halloween, however, we're not going trick-or-treating, so I don't really know exactly what I would do for a Halloween vlog, which is what a lot of people have been asking for. So I'm just going to do a simple mom thing. So today basically we're just going to talk about everything that I wanted to do as a mom. And sorry, I'm putting some I'm moving stuff out of the way. So basically I'll just start right away. Ever since I was a little girl, I always knew that I wanted to be a mom, and that was just something that was kind of on my bucket list, I would say, along with, the main things that I wanted were I wanted to start a family before I died. I wanted to get married. And one other thing, but it's a little inappropriate, so I'm not going to put that in there. You can go ahead and, just make your guesses on your own, because I'm not going to disclose that part of information. But, so basically I knew that I always wanted to be a mom. Another thing was, in my family, a lot of the women and men have kids young. And it's not like they necessarily do it on purpose, but my mom had me when she was 17, and my dad was 18, and my grandma was 16 when she had my aunt. So you can kind of see the little bit of a pattern of young parents in my family. Gonna be honest, I did want to be a young parent. I knew that I did want to graduate first, graduate out of high school first, but I knew I wanted to be a young parent, and that was just, I can't really explain why I wanted to be a young parent, but I did. As I got older, though, the more I thought about it, the more it didn't really work out for a lot of my family members being a young parent. A lot of things went wrong pretty fast and pretty easily, so, as I got older, I was like, maybe that's not such a great idea. So as I got older, I did definitely know that I wanted to be out of high school first. I wanted to be with the love of my life. I wanted to make sure that the person I was going to be having kids with was going to stay in both of our lives. Another thing I always wanted to do as a mom is I have always wanted a toddler of my own. And I know, before you go and say it, toddlers are little hellions, okay? I remember my little brother when he was 3. I was living with my mom for the summer, and oh my gosh. I know that they are little hellions, but they can also be super fun. At the baby stage, yes, it's cute, but you can't really, go places with them and watch them run around and just totally have just the funnest time ever. So that was something that I always wanted to do. I did always want a toddler that I could play with and run around with and go outside with and play imaginary games with. That was just something that I always did as a kid. So I could not wait to get to that stage, and actually I still can't wait. I'm waiting for Declan to just grow up a little bit so I can play with him some more, and Tyler's the same way. Another thing I wanted to do as a mom was sorry about that, Declan got a hold of the wipes and he was going for it, and I was just like, no, because they were open and I didn't want him to get into them and eat them, and that was just would have been a whole mess. But back to what I was saying. Another thing I wanted to do as a mom was I wanted to take them to my childhood home, which I guess I really only had one, because that was my grandparents' house. I grew up there. I spent a lot of time there. My parents and it's just a big messy situation, so we moved a lot. So I've always wanted to take them up there. Unfortunately, I don't know if that is going to happen, because my grandfather is thinking about selling the place, but that's all in good time. I guess we'll see what happens. My grandma did pass away a few years ago, back in 2014, but so I guess we'll just play that by ear. When I was younger, I wanted girls. I did. I wanted baby girls, and that was probably just the stereotypical, little girl wanting baby girls, get to play with them all the time, and you know that you connect with girls a lot better. But now that I have a boy, I wouldn't necessarily say, because I don't have, you know, the right experience to say, but in my opinion, boys are easier. Anyways, I love Declan, and I think I would prefer boys just because I'm not that much of a girly girl, so I don't really know, and I don't even have that many girlfriends, so I don't really know how I would handle little girls. I also know that they're extremely dramatic. I have a teenage sister. Shout out to Caitlin. I just know from personal experience that girls can be very dramatic, and when the teen years come around, it's just like, nope. So another thing that I always wanted to do as a mom was I wanted to read stories to my kids every night. And that was just because my grandpa, when me and my sister were living with our grandparents, my grandpa would read us stories every night. He would either read us a story, he would make something up and use, you know, stuffed animals, little puppets, but he did that every night that we were there. And it was just something that really impacted my childhood. It helped build my imagination. I've done research, and apparently telling stories and reading books helps build kids' vocabulary. I always wanted to do that. Now that I am a parent, though, I don't do that as much as I probably should, and it's just because by the time Declan actually goes down and gets tired enough to go to bed, I'm just so tired, and I don't really want to sit there with a book and get him to sleep that way, because one, he gets way too distracted way too easily. So that's just something that I always wanted to do as a parent, but I never actually did. One more thing, I always wanted to go on a family vacation with my kids. That is something I've always wanted to do. I didn't get to do it until I was a sophomore in high school with my family, and we went to Disneyland, and it was the funnest thing. So when we finally actually were able to do that, I decided that I wanted to eventually take my kids on a family vacation just because it was a really great bonding experience. I got a great memory from my childhood, even though it was the last couple of years of me living with my parents. That was still a really great memory that I got to have, and I just want to be able to give that to my kids. So that's the last thing that I really, well, not the last thing, one more thing, but that was one thing that I really wanted to do with my kids, and I hope that I get to eventually, but, you know, I guess we'll just see where life takes us. And last but not least, I just wanted 2 kids. 2 kids, that's all. I wanted 1 boy, 1 girl, in that order. Still not sure if I actually want a girl, just because, like I said, I don't really know how I would handle being a mom to girls, just because I'm not girly. I mean, look at me. I don't wear makeup. I'm wearing Tyler's shirt right now. I don't do the whole girl scene. So, but I wanted 1 boy, 1 girl. Tyler wants 1 boy, 1 girl, so I mean, it's a 50-50 chance we could end up with a girl or we could end up with 2 boys, but I mean, I guess we'll find out. But as I'm getting, like, as I'm, you know, growing and being a parent, I'm debating whether or not I actually want 3 kids, and the reason is just because 4 kids that's way too many. 4 kids is too many. 2 kids may or may not be enough for me. Like, of course, if I can't have more than 2 kids, I would be perfectly fine with the kids that I had, and Declan. But I don't know. It's just like this feeling that I have that I just want 3 kids. I could not tell you why. I could not tell you. I mean, all I know is that, yes, sometimes kids of 3, 2 of them pair up and the other one kind of gets left alone, and I know that from personal experience from my sister, my cousin Kayla, and I, before my cousin Jaden was born. But, so I know that 3s can be a little pushing it and a little dangerous, but I always wanted at least 2 kids, and now I'm thinking about maybe having. So that is going to be it for today, guys. I hope you liked watching the video as much as I liked talking about it and talking about my personal life. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do that, and make sure to hit the little bell at the bottom of the screen so that you know when we come out with another video. Also, comment down below any suggestions you have for future videos and any questions you might like to ask me. I am hopefully going to be doing a Q&A, and I really need some more questions in just a couple. I don't have any right now. So if you could go ahead and do that, that would be great. Be sure to subscribe once again, and bye!